Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, my friends and I would like to present our slide. So, for topic is current issues of Islamic investment in Malaysia. This slide is prepared by Nur Kamila binti Muhammad Salim, which is me, Akmal Farhan bin Baharum, and Ibtisam binti Isa.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Akmal Farhan bin Baharum. Now we start with introduction. Okay. When speaking about investing, some of people still clueless and not put their interest in this section. But little did they know, investing is something worth get our hands in. Okay. Investing is something used to produce income and profit with certain amount of money and time, and it has no certainty of profit. Okay, Islamic investment and conventional investment are being compared a lot, and it is no doubt that Islamic investment is better than conventional investment. Islamic investment at the very best offer prohibition of riba. Islamic investment also free from Maisir and Goro, which also prohibited in Islam. So we can say that Islamic investment is the suitable for Muslim.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. I am Ibtisam binti Isa from IC 110 4A. Okay, today I want to present about Islamic investment policy. Okay, Islamic investment policy is an investment that follow the Sharia and laws in Islam. Okay, investment is one way for us to get a huge income. Okay, Islamic investment are a unique form of socially responsible investment because Islam makes no decision between the spiritual and the secular. Okay, investment policy need to follow the guidelines and all the specific method in investment. Okay, it is because to make sure that the investment that we do is halal and avoid the haram thing such as riba, wawak, maisir, and all the matter related to the haram way. Okay. Next, we need to follow all the Sharia compliant because the income. It is because the income that we will get soon, we will use it. So, we must make sure that the sources of our income came from the halal way without any suspicious way. Okay, next, the establishment of an Islamic investment policy is suitable for institution or individual investor. It's because um, um, because it is because everyone can do the investment in their life because uh, everyone is freely to do the investment. Okay, next, managing asset in accordance in Islamic precept is a hit more complicated to us because it is a bit of specification of avoiding interest. Means bearing investment of any kind. Okay, as we know that investment there is a lot of challenges to do of the client or to do investment in a Sharia legal way. It's because in Islam we have all challenges to obey the principle and law in Islam. It will be a difficult because of client or the individual that involved in the investment. Okay, next. In Sharia, compliant, they have a private client portfolio management perspective. This means that once is related to Islamic way, so that the investment committee private firm will face the same issues.
3.0 The importance of investment in Islam. Firstly, investment in Arabic is known as al-istismar. The word al-istismar is derived from the word tamra, which means seeking a certain fruit production. Next, according to Kamus Dewan, investment can be literally defined as the capital invested in transactions with the purpose of multiplying the profit. Third, these views therefore illustrate the significance of investment in Islam from various aspects. Nonetheless, the ultimate goal is to perform investment as remembrance and thankfulness to Allah for His benefits and blessings, as mentioned in Al-Quran, means once the prayer is over, disperse toward the land and seek the bounty of Allah, and remember Allah often so you may be successful. Surah Al-Jumu'ah verse 10. So from the above verse encourage Muslims to strive in seeking income or profit as awarded by Allah SWT. Our involvement in any economic activity, including investment, should not cause us to deviate from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Investment is a good way to make a proper use of savings and to achieve our goals in this life. This is because people save money for so many reasons, such as to buy a durable goods or to prepare for their future life in the events or when they are sick or in a hardship. So the importance of investment is very important in uh, in our life, including Muslim or non-Muslims.
Okay, next is legislative. Okay, legislative is having the function of making laws. Legislative body of or relating to enactment of the law. Legislative risk is the potential that regulation by the government could significantly alter by the business prospect of one or more companies. This means legislative risk happen as a direct result of government action nowadays, or it is because of altering the demand pattern of company customer. Okay, next. As an example of legislative is the responsible that the holder or a real estate investment trust will suffer a loss. It is because commonly legislative risk deals with changes to provide more benefits to employers or free trade agreements. This is because to make an industry less competitive. Okay, next, legislative also refer to a relationship between government and business. It's about two parties or two we make a contract. Okay, this risk actually appear in many ways, such as antitrust side, near regulation of standard, specific tax subsidy, and others matter.
Next, 5.0 Dual system in investment. First, Islamic finance offered several services for their customers, such as dual banking system (DBS). DBS means Islamic and conventional bank operate side by side. Meanwhile, the definition of conventional and Islamic investment are same in act of putting capital in form of time, effort, and money into business, but the difference of definition due to the objective purpose. This is because for the Islamic is of course must earn profit, then strictly Islamic lawful. For conventional, they aim to get the positive response. That's all. Next, type of investment in Malaysia that relates to DBS is about the gold investment. It cannot be doubted that every people tend to do gold investment in order to generate more money in the future. This is because when they invest into a gold investment, they will get more profit than invest in another perspective. which is main goal is more profit but also a higher risk the investor will take, because it is also depend on how many the investor will invest their money into a goal. Lastly, for the conventional practice, they could go through to any platforms like commercial bank and non-financial institution that serve gold investment service. Meanwhile, in Islamic perspective, gold investors strictly governed by the Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) to make sure the investment processes fulfill the Sharia principle. So we all know that we as a Muslim must invest our money or invest our money to company or bank or to the path that is permissible in Islam.
Okay, next is economic environment. Economic environment are all the factors that affecting consumer behavior and sometimes affecting commercial as well. Economic environment also can be understood as factor that influence something like business or marketplace on how it's operate and something might happen. Okay, every person will find their economic environment different from others. For example, if restaurant worker will find that price of ingredient and list site are important factors, while for a farmers, the price of fertilizer and the weather are the most important thing for them. Okay, to handle these circumstances, people who are exposed to the economic environment must resolve this issue quickly to avoid any unnecessary loss. Okay, economic environment can have effect either a direct or indirect on community by the certain factors. Okay, economic environment is impossible to control and could come with a large scale or smaller scale. Uh, my the first is microeconomic factor. This is a small scale. Microeconomic factor can be known as something that happen to individual or consumer. This factor do not affect the entire economy. For example, microeconomic factors is competitor. We can see the competitor is commenting in business. Okay, for the microeconomic factor, there are more than a microeconomic environment by a lot and affecting the entire economy. Okay, the example of this macroeconomic factor are level of consumer confidence. By the factor, we can see that consumer confidence is an important thing in business. Without consumer confidence, it can bring down the company, and worst case scenario will getting bankrupt.
Okay, next is human capital. Okay, human capital consists of the knowledge, skill, and help that people invest in. Okay, enabling they to realize their potential as potential of individual on their productive food. Okay, next, the teenager nowadays is the suitable group to take over the government because they were very productive person, ever with a new fresh mindset and technologies, because they know everything nowadays, so they can handle this government with a good condition. Okay, it is because the teenagers nowadays got the best education, and they also get the good health, because yeah, the young people, so they have a fit body and the best education. Okay. Okay, next. So that this reflect a serious human capital crisis with a strong implication for economy. Human capital are too risky in global area. This is because the changes of uh, technologies, demography, and other things that related. Okay, next. Human capital project is a global effort in investment. So as an investor, we need to know about the company that we want to invest in details. The quality of contribution human capital such as education and health is also contribute economic growth.
Okay, lastly, conclusion. Okay, in conclusion, as an investor, it is really crucial to know about current issue in Islamic investment. It is because without any knowledge about issues, it will cause the investor a mistake that later will bring regrets. Okay, we can say that Islamic investment are likely to be an important thing for Muslim investor. For Muslim investor, we must always be prepared by doing various of research, so we will be able to avoid doing something prohibited by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Okay, in investing, there is common mistake that absolutely need to be stopped. Uh, the example of common mistake is invest without strategy. Uh, the second is fear of loss, and lastly is expecting an instant profit. Okay, this mistake has absolutely a negative impact. So we must try to avoid doing so. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you very much.